If you feel like you're winning all the time and you get used to winning and you think life is easy and then you take a bump on the head, which you most likely will, and you're not able to digest that, then that is going to be proof positive why getting humble pie is so important along the way. You're going to get it eventually. You need it along the way.
You either get proactive feedback that you seek as you go, or you get too much feedback all at once, which can be very traumatic.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2186, why is humble pie so important for you? You wanted to do this episode. What do you got for us?
You and I were talking behind the scenes about competition, and
yes,
we live in a very collaborative space most of the time. Our company is a success company that helps people grow, and we want to see other people win. And back when I was younger, I always was in sort of competitive environments. Competitive gaming, snowboarding, basketball, academics. And I feel like for a little while there, I lost my warrior. I lost the part of me that is so authentic, that wants to up the ante and be better, and the tenacity and intensity of reaching the next level. And I think that for a while we were so collaborative. We were so warm and inclusive and loving. And I think that's great, but I feel like I lost some of my competitive fucking nature. And humble pie comes when you compete.
It comes when you're playing for something. It comes when there's a result. There's also a
measurement.
There's a conclusion. Right, that's the hard thing about this is, are we better than we used to be at podcasting? Yes. Are we better than we used to be at speaking? Yes, some days. And that just goes on forever. There's no end. This is an infinite game. I think competition in the finite realm is really the only way to find it. And I think I've been searching for that. One of the reasons I went back to jiu-jitsu last year, the year before, is because I said, I don't have any freaking competition anymore. I know. There's no tests of the ego where I went golfing on Sunday morning. I played with a kid. Gavin, if you're listening, shout out to you, my friend. And I'm better than Gavin is. Somehow. I guess I'm naturally good at things, so I'm pretty good at golf. And there was a little piece of me that was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to win this for sure.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to play with Matt in the future. Matt's better than me. I'm probably going to lose that. But there's a little piece of me that is excited to get the opportunity to flex my ego a little bit. We talk so often about eliminating your ego or getting rid of the negative parts of your ego. There are positive parts too. And I think conscious, constructive competition is a really good piece. I don't have to win. It's not going to wreck my day if I lose. It's not going to make me villainize the person if they beat me. It's just, I want a little bit more skin in the game. And yep. I think that's... Now, humble pie is so important because it keeps you grounded. It keeps you... Alan and I did a speech one time at a school, and we've talked about it many times. And we were walking through the cafeteria, and the kids had just seen us speak. And one of them was like, what do you leg press, man? And he's a high school senior. He's flexing on us. He's trying to be a dingo. He's trying to get a rise out of us. And I knew that's what he was doing. And I said, leg press? What? Leg press? You asked me what I leg press? Because I think he said, I leg press 600 pounds. Like, I love that for you. Cool. Anybody, honestly, like most people can leg press 600 pounds. That's not that impressive. I want to know what you squat, brother. Let's talk about that.
Nice.
That was a little bit of, I'm going to give this kid a little humble pie.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to give me, right now he has an ego. Over, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't let him walk all over me because that's going to hurt me.
Put a little respect on it.
Put some respect. We can go to the gym right now, son. Put down your milk and let's go. Let's go do some squats.
Put down your milk.
I'm ready.
And let's get it.
But the reason that's so important is because one day that behavior is going to get that person in trouble in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, they'll get humbled. Yeah. One of my favorite examples of this, there's a giant bee outside my window. And I don't mean this as like
constructive. This is very bad. But there was you ever heard of the brawl? Oh my God. You remember Ron Artest was a basketball player?
Yeah.
They were playing somewhere and somebody like threw something at him.
Yeah.
Which, why would you ever? I mean, he's a giant human, one of the best athletes on the planet. And he went into the crowd and essentially fought this person. Again, illegal, got in a lot of trouble. It was an absolute, there's a little piece of me that's like, that's what you fucking get.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you...
Can you imagine throwing a drink at someone? How disrespectful.
Yeah. Like, what did you...
And he went up into the stands and beat his ass?
He fought him. He fought him. He didn't even go up in the stands. The guy like came down to the court for some reason, which is
that why he changed his name to World Peace or whatever?
It's probably
Meta World Peace.
That's probably a piece of it.
That's probably a piece of it because he probably regretted that. Again, not your finest moment, but you're gonna throw a drink at me. This is the thing. This is exactly what we're trying to talk about. You have to have both,
for sure.
The competitive nature. We talked about the recklessness on yesterday's episode. You have to be a little competitive. Of course, you got to be collaborative. Of course, you got to be warm and loving and empathetic and collaborative. But you also better be competitive too. I told Kev I miss direct competition. There is no way to tell whether or not I'm a stronger speaker than you. There is no way to tell whether or not my speech to the 300 plus kids 2 weeks ago went. Everyone gave me great feedback. Okay, awesome. But there's no speak off. There's no podcast off. Yes, we're very successful in podcasting. I think finances is a way to measure success in business. So I feel like that is the only competitive thing that I have. But I also want to make revenue in an aligned way. A lot of these people that compete in business are very shady. And it's almost like you're playing someone else's game. So... And then it's apples to oranges. Let me give a tangible example instead of all these fucking metaphors. But in a competition, I'll use fitness. So I used to do fitness competitions. And I got humble pie twice, and I stomped everyone one of the times. And that was great. It was good for me. I felt more necessity. I felt more drive. I felt more focus. I was more focused. I got into flow more. There was skin in the game. There was something on the fucking line. And again, at the end of the day, I know that we've had a lot on the line over the last 8 years in business. I do. I just want to put more on the line. I'm excited to put more on the line.
That's a good question. We always talk about the drive to 5. Somebody who might be lower in self-belief, lower in self-worth is low. High is somebody who's delusionally high self-belief, delusionally high self-worth. Mm-hmm. What is the benefit of humble pie for both ends? It makes sense. For you, you need humble pie because it'll, if anything, it reinvigorates you and it lights a fire under you. And it shows you where...
It helps me see more accurately.
It helps you see more accurately.
It's very easy to think you're in shape when you're around a lot of out-of-shape people.
Right.
Genuinely, I'm not trying to be unkind, but I live in a small town. I'm in the best shape out of everyone I see. By far, too. And I please don't fucking villainize me for this. The truth is the truth. I live in a neighborhood with a lot of older people. It's wonderful here. It's peaceful. We love it. It's a gorgeous condo complex. I'm very grateful. But I never turn my head and go, what the fuck are you eating, sir? It's never that way. I'm in the best shape in every room I'm in. And I don't like it. I want to be around people who are as focused as me or more. I want to be around people more focused than me, more intense than me, more goal-driven than me, more successful than me, more. I want to be around people who motivate and inspire and educate me. And the truth is, it's harder and harder and harder to do that as you succeed more and more and more in life. And this is the truth. When you reach a certain income level, when you reach a certain level in podcasting, when you reach a certain level in speaking, when you reach a certain level in life, when you reach a certain level in fitness, it's harder and harder and harder to find people that ignite that primal drive in you. And that's why when I came to you and I cried, Kevin got, in my opinion, really out of shape during COVID.
Factually, yes. Factually,
okay, fair. He just let it go. You just didn't go to the gym for like 4 months. And I cried with Kevin behind the scenes and I said, brother, you were the fucking guy.
They still delivered food too. They just delivered the food, left it right outside.
Perfect. Yeah, left it right outside. In. And I part of the reason I was crying is because I don't want to be alone on this climb. I want a partner who's we drive each other and motivate each other and inspire each other. And I love that you're back after it and you have your warrior ignited again. Yeah, you're in great shape again. And you used to motivate the hell out of me back in the day, and I was losing that. And it was like, fuck, am I going to be the only one who cares about fitness in the future? Like, what's going on, Kev? And you've called me out for certain things too. But I think humble pie is good if you're over. Like that high school kid, he needs a little humble pie. I think the drive to 5, if you're out there and you're struggling and you feel terrible about yourself, you got to stack the small wins. I'm with you. If you feel like you're winning, seek humble pie. Today, I tried to do 90s on dumbbell rows, unilateral bent over rows. And I was already gassed, and I was like, let's do it. And I got 8, and I probably could have got 12, but my form wasn't great. And I was going to do 80s. I was like, let's do the 90s. And that's what we talked about yesterday, the reckless plus conscientiousness. I'm not going to injure myself. It's not like I'm jumping to 120s. And there was a tiny part of me that's like, I could tweak my back, for sure. This is a little risky, but I loved it. And I also work out with Emilia, and she's 5'3", 170 pounds, and she's strong as fuck, but she's not as strong as me. And I used to work out with you and Matt, and you guys were always stronger than me. I think anything cardiovascular, I would wipe the walls with you guys, to be honest.
Nobody cares. That's the problem, right?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
At the gym, at least.
Yeah, at the gym, no one cares. But I like that, and I need that, and I've also been watching a lot of the CrossFit games, which is super motivating. But yeah, it depends where you are on the drive to 5. If you have a lot of self-belief, you got to be very careful of being complacent.
Whether you have a lot of self-belief or you're lower on the drive to 5, if you're a podcaster who is trying to get to the next level, our next round of the Next Level Podcast Accelerator starts October 7th. My goodness, it's coming up quick. 12 calls with a discount code. It ends up being like $24 per call. And again, I cannot imagine you get a better bang for your buck anywhere else. Discount code is NLU listener at checkout, and it'll take 30% off.
Get around next level podcasters with us. You want to be ignited, motivated, inspired, educated? That's what this program is designed for. It's designed to ignite the best in you.
Why is it so important for somebody on the low? It makes sense on the high end. If you're super confident.
You answer that question because you were on the lower end.
I think it proves to you that when your biggest fear, which is made up, comes true, it's not that big of a deal. Best example of humble pie I ever got. My second speech I ever gave, I had a flashcard with 5 things on it. I thought I'd be able to do 45 minutes on that. I did like 15 minutes, and I fucking panicked. And the kids, I invited kids up. They wanted to talk. We'll have a push-up contest. I lost it. And that imprinted a new standard for me. It's like, well, you're not as good as you think, Kev. You're not as good as you think. But also, it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be.
In hindsight, we did a lot of reps back in the day.
We did a lot of reps.
We did a lot.
We
spoke all over the place.
That would be the one-liner. Yeah, we spoke all over Massachusetts. not really. I mean, we spoke everywhere. But
we went other places.
But all over. I mean, we were. A lot of it was Massachusetts. In fairness,
yeah, a lot of it was New England.
New England. Yes,
we spoke in Milwaukee. We spoke in Florida. We spoke in Toronto.
Well, back then, I feel like it was
okay. All right.
The first speech, second speech, third speech.
yeah. Of course.
I think
gotta go local,
third
baby.
speech was Florida. That is why humble pie is so important to you, especially and even if you don't believe in yourself. Because one, yes, you realize you're not as good as you thought you were, and you realize that badness does not hurt as bad as you thought it would. And there's something to that, and it allows you to get up and do it again next time. If you convince yourself failure is the end of the road, if you convince yourself rejection is the end of the road, you won't do the thing and get failure or rejection, and you'll never actually see how livable it is.
Last thing.
Yes, please.
Okay. We got to jump. Kevin and I spoke in Pittsburgh, and we did 3 hours. The first hour was a speech. The last 2 were sort of training in more intimate rooms, breakout rooms. I thought we did an okay job. Pretty strong, but not the best. And that's usually what I think after episodes and after speeches. I went the next day to the networking event, and they had awards and speakers come up. We killed it. So Kevin and I, when we finished, we thought, that was a rough start. All right, let's pick it up here. Compared to the other people, every other word was a filler word, like filler words. Dude, when I went to the dinner the next day, no one paid attention to anyone. We captured the room unbelievably well. Here's my point. Kevin and I left that on Saturday thinking we did an okay job. When I went back on Sunday and saw other speakers, I was like, dude, we were world class. That's the competition. You don't know how to benchmark yourself. You don't even know where you fall. Didn't you say if you bench 225, you're in the top 1% of 1%?
Yeah, you're stronger than 99.9% of people. Yeah.
I would never know that if you didn't look that up. Because I did 225 for 235. How much was
225.
It? 225. I did 225 for 2. I couldn't get 3. I felt like a failure. But if I think, oh, wait, 99.9% of people can't do this, whoa. So competition and measurement helps you see yourself accurately. And I think that's what I hope lands in this episode.
And here's the other thing. Yes, 99.9% of people can't do that. And that means you can also keep pushing the bar. Not you, but the collective you. That's not something to rest on necessarily. It's great. It feels good. Let's celebrate it. And then let's get out there and get back after it, because let's do something that 99.9999% of people can't do.
Next level, baby.
That's the next level. Okay. If you want to get to the next level of your podcast, Next Level Podcast Accelerator starting whatever I said, October 7th, and book club every single Saturday, 12:30 Eastern. Totally free. Right now they are reading Thinking in Bets by Annie Duke. I am also reading it. Great book. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about taking logical action and how at the end of the day, every single thing we do or don't do is a bet.
Fire.
You dig it? All right.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as committed as you say you are to getting to the next level, make sure you tune in tomorrow, because we will be here every single day to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential. Next Level Nation.